Hey guys, Corral Cooper here with some thoughts coming out of Mets spring training over the past week. First up, everyone has returned from the World Baseball Classic healthy, which is the most important thing. I said at the beginning of the World Baseball Classic that I am a fan of the World Baseball Classic, but my concern, just like any other baseball fan's concern, is that you want all of your players to return healthy. Now, there were some injuries throughout the World Baseball Classic to other teams, but fortunately the Mets were not hit with the injury bug during the World Baseball Classic, so I'm glad to see everyone is back in camp and working together and hopefully building some chemistry over the next couple weeks before the start of the season. Next up is Oliver Perez. Perez has looked absolutely terrible this spring. He pitched horribly for the Mexican team in the World Baseball Classic, and since he's been back to Mets camp, he's been as equally as bad. You know, Perez is out of shape. His mechanics look off, and you know, this is very disappointing, especially if you're a Mets fan. You know, our rotation is one of the things that some of us have been concerned with going into the season. And, you know, we all had Perez penciled in as the number 3 starter. He still will be our number 3 starter, but, you know, he has to show signs of being able to turn this thing around. You know, the Mets went out and re-signed him in the offseason, and Perez has all the stuff to be a top pitcher in the league, but mentally he's got to put it together and he's got to want it. I think one of the good things that it was reported this week is that Johan Santana had a conversation with Perez. You know, I said it in the beginning, you know, when the Mets re-signed Perez, that, you know, if Santana can sort of take him under his wing, sort of similar to what he did with Liriano in Minnesota, you know, it could have a positive effect on Perez and, you know, for this season and seasons to come. So hoping that Perez can turn this around in the next couple weeks going into the season, because the Mets are really going to need him to be solid throughout the whole year if they're going to contend in the NL East. And last today is the Mets batting order. Manuel has been toying around with this lineup all spring, you know, from suggesting that Jose Reyes might bat third, with Castillo batting leadoff, to Daniel Murphy batting second. So, you know, with all the talk of the batting order, I just want to give everybody an idea of what I think is the optimal order for the Mets and how they should set up the lineup going into the season. I think Reyes should bat leadoff. I think Murphy should be second, followed by Beltran and Delgado. You can flip-flop those two depending on the lefty-righty matchup with the pitcher. Wright should bat fifth, followed by Church, Schneider, and Castillo should bat eighth, and then the pitcher spot. I think that is the order that will give the Mets the best chance to win throughout the season. I think Murphy can handle the second spot in the lineup. He's a good fastball hitter. And he hits, you know, in the gaps. He doesn't have much speed, but that's okay. You know, and then 3 through 5 obviously are our best hitters with Beltran, Delgado, and Wright, and Church in the 6th spot. I like Castillo batting 8th because, you know, he's showing signs of improving on his season last year. He came into camp this year much better shape, and I think in that 8th spot you still need someone who can handle the bat relatively well, because sometimes they try to pitch around you to get to the pitcher. So I like Castillo in that 8th spot. So that's my thoughts on the Mets lineup going into the 2009 season. So that's it for today, guys. Love to hear your comments. Let me know what you think, and talk to you soon.